go see what's cooking over here at Southwest Rod and Custom today. It's been a long, hard day at work. Been here since 5 o'clock this morning. It's around 5 o'clock at night. We're still kicking it in hard. What we got here, we got a 1962 one owner Ford Galaxie hardtopper restoring. But anyway, this is a 62 Ford Galaxie two-door hardtop. What the hardtop represents, there's no post in it. When you open the side windows, it's one big opening. And what we've done is the owner actually did a lot of this work. He's been working on it for over a year and a half, buying parts for it and getting it ready to bring over here. So he finally got it over here 3 weeks ago. And we're going to go ahead and get that show car quality paint job on it with the PPG, DBC, Deltron, base coat, clear coat paint. And that thing's going to be beautiful. This car is originally black, solid black, and we're going to go back with black. Now, I can leave this car in bare metal, okay, for months, and it will never rust, okay, because I stripped it by hand with chemical stripping, aircraft stripper, instead of went and had it sandblasted, soda blasted, what have you. Now, I prefer the hand stripping versus taking it and paying, you know, $1,500 to get it stripped, because what happens is when you get it sandblasted, it's going to warp all the panels, plain and simple. And if you look real close, you can see how straight this car is. This is a very clean car, and it's going to be a perfect candidate for black paint. Also, it leaves sand or whatever you get it, you know, media blasting, whatever you get it done with, it's down inside the doors, it's in the rocker panels, it's in the, I mean, everywhere there's a nook and cranny. You'll never get it out. You'll never get that stuff out. So I was telling you, now this car's from Kansas. It was purchased in 1962. It's been in the same family ever since. We've completely took all the windows out. We took all the chrome off the car, tail lights. We're going to remove the deck lid. We're going to remove the hood. We're going to take the doors off when we paint it. But right now, as we're doing body work, it's a real good idea to leave all your panels bolted on. So if you run into a problem like this area right here, the owner was telling me when he was a little kid, his mother got rear-ended and crushed in the rear end. So we went ahead and grinded all that Bondo out after we stripped it. And we pulled the dent out more than it was, and then we went ahead and cleaned up the edges. But the reason you leave all your panels on is when you run into a situation like this, you want those body lines to match up perfect. So what you do is you leave all your body panels on there, get all your body work done on the vehicle, and then you can remove your panels and do all your prep work. Now this car had some hail damage. If you look real close right here, there's one right there. I found another one after I DA'd it down with 80 grit. Once you strip it down, I'd like to stress you have to, before you prep your car and put it in primer, after you do your body work, you have to DA it down with 80 grit sandpaper. That's going to give you a nice solid base on your metal for all your primers, sealers to etch to give you a nice quality job to be an airtight fit where it'll never leak or paint will peel off. So, like I said, the owner has been working on this car, and what he's already done, he's completely restored the whole engine. He pulled the engine out, completely restored the engine compartment. That's all back to factory specs, exactly how it was the day it came out of the showroom. He's been searching high and low for parts for this thing, and he even went with the original factory overflow water bottle bag. So this car is going to be a factory original setup. All the underneath's been done. He's replaced all the gas tanks, the front suspension parts, all the leaf springs have been replaced. Okay, this car will be a brand new car. Now, we did run into some major body work, which wasn't really a big deal, but if you saw the pictures at the beginning of the video, you'll see the correct way to replace rust. Now, right down in this section here, the lower rear quarter panel was rotted. We had to replace that section, and he purchased the panels that we needed, which were full quarter panels. All we did, we didn't replace the full quarter panel. You don't need to do that, okay? Just because you get a full quarter panel doesn't mean that the whole thing needs to be replaced. The best way to do it is just replace the sections that are bad, unless you got a totaled out quarter panel. But as far as rust goes, that's a lot of waste of time, a lot of energy, and you'll never get it right. Now this corner right down here was rusted around there, so I went ahead, if you noticed in the pictures, and just cut a section of that out and replaced it, and then I replaced a little section in here. So I went ahead and welded it in, did a nice job inside and out. And let's go over on this side and I'll show you exactly what we're talking about. This side wasn't as bad. If you look down here, there's a piece of molding that goes on these 62 Galaxies, basically right there where the rust is. And the water settles in there. That's what causes rust. So we're going to have to do the same thing. I'll have to cut that out, clean it all up, and I'll do the same thing that I did on the other side. Now, there is a little bit of rust over in that corner right there. We're going to do the same thing. So this is just another little tech tip and advice on, restoring your vehicle. To do it the proper way, you really need to take it down to the gutted shell and do it right. All the stainless has been removed. We're getting ready to take this piece off. It's all going to be polished. All the chrome's going to be re-chromed. We're going to use the original door handles on it. The aftermarket parts that you buy these days do not fit like the original pieces. Anything that you can use original on these vehicles is way better than the aftermarket parts. Like for instance, we're going to replace that fender over there. It's got some body damage and rust. And since we got a nice clean fender that I've been saving, we're going to go ahead and replace it with this fender. Now I'll strip that down to bare metal and get it all ready, and it'll be done. So I hope you like what you're looking at, and I hope that anything I've said has helped you out. Check out southwestrodandcustom.com. Look at the videos, look at the pictures, and if you got any questions, you need answers, give me a call at 972-420-1293. We're also going to be refinishing all the dash, and we also got all the trim ready to paint right here in this box. So come on back later. I'll have another video on this car. Once we get it in primer, I'm going to show you, what to do to it to prep it up ready for paint, and we'll go from there. So take it easy.